Hello everybody, it's Cobalt here, and happy Thanksgiving. Welcome back to another video. This whole week I've been posting videos trying to catch up on my LPS Custom Commission videos that I like to post. These are all still back from 2024, but you know what? We're catching up. We're getting a little bit closer to the 2025 stuff, even though 2025 is almost over. It doesn't matter. If you're interested in commissioning me yourself, there will be a link to my Etsy shop down below in the description. If you want to do so, I would really appreciate it. It helps out the channel a lot. But anyways, without further ado, let's get right on into it. This commission is another one of my realistic style ones for somebody's pet. It is a black German Shepherd, and as you can see, it is a head swap between a Siberian Husky head and a Great Dane body, both fake of course. The only thing that I sculpted on this custom was the tail, because I didn't think that the Great Dane tail fit this one, so I resculpted a simple little husky type of tail. I think this one turned out really cute since it had a main black color for the base. It was pretty simple to paint, but I just added all of these extra little fur details you can't really see on camera, but there is a bit of dark brown mixed into the black as well, just to give it a little bit more fur texture. And of course, here on the bottom are its little paws. These next two commissions actually go together. They were purchased by somebody on Instagram for their friend of him and his wife, so it's sort of like a little couples style commission set, but although they are technically human style commissions, they're also made to look like different cats. This one is made to look like a Siamese cat, and this one is just made to look like a black cat. The bases and the overall general designs were decided by me. This one over here, as you can see, is a head swap, and I'll talk about her first because she is the first one that I finished. So as you can see, it is a head swap between one of the original Generation 1 short hair cat heads with like the paw up, and then a Himalayan cat body. It's a G7 body. I think this head swap is very, very cute. She has some very subtle details on her face, but other than that, it is very simple. And then of course, as for sculpting, the main sculpted feature is her long hair, which I also added a little bit of brown into to give it some more definition. She also has this dress on. In the reference photo, the dress was black, but I decided to make it more of this purple color so that it would actually stand out against her black fur. And then all of these flowers, some on the hair and some on the front, were sculpted using a mold, but I really think that they help the custom stand out. And of course, the purple flowers are also what unify both of the customs, because this guy has a purple flower as well. Now I will talk about him. Again, same thing. I sculpted his hair and I sculpted his suit, and then again, the two flowers that he has are also sculpted using the same mold. I think that this one is really cute. His hair is a little bit more simple because this person had very short hair, but I do love the way that I decided to combine it into the overall design. His black hair also has some little highlights of brown in them as well, and I added some freckles, and they both have similar eyes. Again, I added a little purple shimmer in the eyes too, just to again unify the purple colors that both of them have themed throughout them. I think they both look really, really cute, and I love the way that they both look together. Next up, we have another set of commissions that go together. These are both for somebody on Etsy, and I believe one of them is for them and the other is for their partner. So I'll start off with this one here because it's the one that I finished first. Here's the reference sheet that was sent to me. As you can see, it was made from a Jaguar base. This is a Generation 7 base, and I sculpted her hair and her piercings. Those are the only things that I sculpted, but she also does have this notch here taken out of her ear. That's just cut with scissors, and then everything else is painted. I think she's really, really cute. I love the design a lot, and I think it translated really well onto this base. I also think it's cool that she has this scar here on her eye. And then second up, we have this dragon character. Here is the reference that was sent for this guy. He is obviously quite a bit more complicated. I decided to make him from a Great Dane base because the dragon character sort of had like dog looking features, so that's why I decided to use the Great Dane. It also has a fairly large body, so I could add all of these details. The main thing that I did first was I cut off the original Great Dane ears and repositioned them here, as you can see, and then obviously there's some clay here. I also added a bit of clay here on the bottom of the ear so that I could add the piercing on, and same as said for the other side. And I also sculpted his horns and this hair that he has. For the front of the face, I didn't really do too much reshaping, but I did end up reshaping the nose to give it more of a dragon nose. He has this beard as well, and then on the body he has a couple of scales on all four legs that are sculpted, along with the claws, the wings, and finally the big tail. I've never really been super good at sculpting wings, but I feel like I've finally found a method for dragon wings specifically, which as you can see I used on this guy. So if you guys are interested, I could totally do a tutorial on that in the future, but I also wanted to make their eyes somewhat similar, but obviously as you can see, this one has rounder eyes and this one has more slitted dragon eyes, but I think that both of them do look really cool together, and I had a lot of fun making them. And of course, on the bottom of both, they have some cute little paw pads. And this next commission is one that I love a lot. It is a commission of Anakin Skywalker for LPS Anakin over on Instagram, and here is what he looks like. I have actually made an Anakin custom before. He looks like that. I believe that custom is from 2020, so it's pretty old, and it was definitely a lot of fun to remake this guy. The main difference though is that this one, he has his normal blue eyes before he turns Sith, and the one that I made for myself is the Sith version, but both of them are his design from Revenge of the Sith or the final season of Clone Wars. But yeah, I'm super happy with this custom. I think that it is very, very improved. improved. He has a lot more painted details in his hair and even in his skin as well. I decided to do a lot of shading there, and I love the way that his eyes turned out. They're actually just in the LPS style, which is something that I wouldn't normally do with my human customs, but I just felt like it fit for this guy. And then obviously I sculpted the hair and the clothes. I tried to basically make the sculpting exactly the same as my original custom, but it's a lot smoother and just more thought out. But yeah, there's not too much to say about this guy. I just really like him, and again, I had a lot of fun getting to remake this custom. And then of course I also made him his blue lightsaber. Nothing too special going on here, it's just sculpted with neodyte clay. It's not the straightest lightsaber in the world, but it does the job. This one does not glow in the dark, but it does have some glittery effects on it, which I think is really cool, so he can kind of hold it in between his paws like this. And yeah, I really love this custom, so I hope that the commissioner likes it too. This commission is another one from Etsy of somebody's pet dog. This is again of their dog that sadly passed away, but fun fact, this is the same person that commissioned me for the black German Shepherd that you saw previously in this video, so they came back to me about a week later asking for a second commission, which I am super happy and grateful for. So here it is. It's pretty simple, just like the last one they commissioned me. There's no sculpted parts on this one, it's just a repaint, but this is my very first time painting a Pomeranian base, so that was a lot of fun. I've always wanted to make a custom from one of these. They're very cute, and I just really love all the different little details, and I think that this one's eyes turned out super glossy as well. And then of course on the bottom it has some brown paw pads, and there is my signature there. I had a really hard time figuring out where to put it since I couldn't put it on the paws with the paw pads being there, but I ended up sort of fitting it on part of its stomach and the back of its legs, so probably the hardest signature that I've ever painted on a custom. But again, as for the custom itself, there's not really too much going on. I just like it, and I hope that the commissioner likes it. This next commission is for a reoccurring customer over on Etsy, but this one is actually a gift for their friend. As you can see, this custom is really cool. It's really unique because it is a praying mantis, and obviously there are no praying mantis LPS, so this is made from a G7 ant base. The only things that I sculpted on it were this diamond shape on its head, the ruffled collar around the neck, the two front arms, and then this whole back part of the body along with the two wings that it has. So not too much sculpted on the face, but definitely a lot more on the body. And here is the original reference drawing that was sent to me by the commissioner. It is essentially supposed to be a praying mantis jester, which I think is a really creative idea, and I love the designs that it has going on. I just think it's really cool. And originally the commissioner also did not know what color they wanted the eyes to be, so it was kind of free reign for me to decide that. So I decided to go with this orange and yellow color combo for the eyes because I thought that it complemented the blue nicely, and because of that I also decided to make the ruffled collar yellow instead of white because I didn't want it to get lost in the white parts of the design. But yeah, I really love this custom, and I would love to try my hands at making a praying mantis custom again in the future. I really hope that the commissioner and the friend that this is going to be a gift for like this one a lot. This next commission was for somebody over on Instagram, and it is my second time painting a chameleon base figure, and this is a G7 chameleon. This is also a realistic style custom of their pet that unfortunately passed away, but as always I really appreciate when people reach out to me and trust me to memorialize their pets in an LPS form. The commissioner also did not know if they originally wanted it to be in an LPS style like a normal flat paint job or in this realistic style, but after seeing the chameleon I thought that it would be so fun to do the realistic style with all the different scale details, so I decided to go with that, and to compromise I also went with the LPS style eyes, so it's kind of a combination of both styles. And something else to note with the eyes is that they are purposely pointing in two different directions because, you know, chameleons can move their eyes in all sorts of ways, and both me and the commissioner thought that it would be funny to include that in this little guy. But overall I love this custom a lot. I think that his color palette is so pretty, especially seeing the chameleon in real life as well. It's this very nice rich orange color with these really cool blue stripes, and I love it a lot, and I really hope that the commissioner likes him as well. I would love to do more chameleon customs in the future. I think they're slowly starting to become one of my favorite base figures to work with. Next up we have this snow leopard custom. I love this custom so much. When the commissioner approached me about doing this head swap I got very excited because I just think that it's so cute. This head swap idea as well as the ear shape was kind of coined by Silliest Pet Shops over on Instagram, so definitely go check them out and see the work that they have done with this base as well. It's so cute. But the one that I did for this person was a snow leopard themed one, so as you can see it is a wolf cat head on a King Charles Spaniel body. The ears and the tail are the only things that I sculpted, but I absolutely love the way that it turned out. I'd say the sculpting on the ears could use a little bit more work, but at the same time I'm pretty happy with them. I also just love snow leopards in general. They're one of my favorite animals, so I would love to revisit this idea again in the future with my own design. Here's what the bottom looks like, and of course here is the design reference sheet that the commissioner presented me with. Again, I just think that she is so cute, and I love the eyes and all of the little eyelashes that I got to add on this custom as well. Next up we have a commission that's a bit more on the simple side. Once again, this is for somebody Etsy over on Etsy, and it is a white short hair cat with a few simple details. She also has this heart pattern on her forehead, as well as these really interesting shapes in the ears, which I like a lot. I also love the design on the legs and the tail. I think that is super cute, and of course, she has these adorable little freckles. Here's the reference sheet that the commissioner provided me with. I pretty much stayed true to the ref, but one thing that I ended up doing differently is I added these tiny little hearts inside of the eyes because I thought that they would suit her well with the heart on her forehead. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say about this custom since she is so simple. Next up, we have this commission, which I love so much. This is for a returning customer over on Etsy, so I really appreciate that anytime people come back to support my work once again. This is the reference that was provided to me. I think that the design is so cute, and I also just love this artwork in general. I think it's adorable. Something that the commissioner asked about when they originally pitched me this custom idea is that they wanted it to have glass eyes. I do not offer glass eyes on my custom, but as a compromise, I said that I would sort of paint the eyes in a glass eye style. So I made them as detailed as possible, and I just love the way that the eyes turned out. I think they're so cute and some of my favorite eyes that I've done in a long time. There's just so many details, and they're fun to look at, but also so much fun to paint. But let's talk about the custom in general. This is a head swap custom. It is one of those like paw up licking cat heads and then a crouching cat body. As you can see, there's a ton of sculpting. Let's start off with the tail because actually the majority of the tail is not sculpted. This was taken from a Generation 5 Angora cat, but I did end up sculpting the tip of the tail to give it more of that swirly shape, as well as these extra fluffy bits here on the side. And then on her body, she also has some sculpted chest fluff. There's also these shell fungus on the tail, which are sculpted as well. And then on the head, I cut off the tongue that the original base figure had just because there was no tongue on the reference sheet, so I figured that meant that the commissioner wanted me to take it off. I sculpted the little cheek fluff. There's actually a little bit of hair here under the mushroom hat, which you can't really see. That's sculpted as well, and of course, the mushroom hat is sculpted. There is kind of a trend over on Instagram of a lot of customizers making these mushroom hats, and guys, I have no idea how you do them. Definitely not the best sculpting in the world, but I think with the paint on it, it turned out better than I expected, but still not as good as I was hoping for. I still think it's cute though, and the commissioner is happy with it, so that makes me happy as well. But yeah, overall, love this custom so much. I also love the little blue paw pads that I added on the bottom to match her nose and her ears. And finally, we have another commission that I absolutely adore because this is a custom of Slowpoke, my favorite Pokemon. I was very excited when they pitched me this idea, not only because Slowpoke is my favorite Pokemon, but also because they said that he is their favorite as well. So that was kind of just a cool thing for us to bond over. But yeah, he's very simple. There's no sculpted parts on this one. It is just a repaint of a G7 otter base. I thought that the otter base would be such a good idea, so I suggested that. I actually made a Slowpoke custom back in 2020, I think, and that one is made from a ferret base. But now that I have access to otter bases, I'd wanted to make him from an otter base for a really long time, so I'm glad that I finally got that opportunity, and you can definitely expect to see another otter Slowpoke from me in the future that I plan to make for myself. But yeah, love him a lot. I think that he just turned out so cute, and you can definitely see that even though it's on a different base figure and done in a much simpler way than my original one, you can definitely see that there is a lot of improvement with this guy. And of course, those are all the customs for today's video. Let me know which one was your favorite down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow with another one of these videos. Bye!